Pseudo-Chesterton by Ian Riley. Me. The cover I designed myself. Who's on that cover? It's me. This cover will be important later in the story, although it seems weird. It's going to take about 400 pages, the entire book. Pseudo-Chesterton, written by Ian Riley. Signed. Copyright 2024 by Ian Riley. All rights reserved. That's true. I do own the copyright. This novel is a work of fiction. References to real people, places, brands, sports teams, and historical events are intended for entertainment purposes only. The thoughts and actions of the characters, including the narrator, do not reflect the opinions of the author. The author does not intend to promote or glorify criminality of any kind. He does not intend to promote or glorify self-harm, including suicide. Nor does he intend to influence the reader's consumer decisions. Any calls to violence are not to be taken seriously and are intended to be viewed as satire. This novel is for mature readers only. If you are mentally unwell, including but not limited to suicidal thoughts, the author recommends that you seek professional help and reach out to a loved one or call a suicide prevention hotline. Reading this novel would be highly discouraged if you are suicidal, but highly encouraged if you're any other type of mental disability. Are you paying attention? You better be. Part 1. Pseudo 2005. Chapter 1. Genesis. How long have I been here? Ask yourself the question. You float high above the earth, submerged in clouds, looking upon its surface, admiring the green grass and observing the flowers as they bloom. Suburban homes, surrounded by white picket fences, public parks, and freshly raked baseball fields. The Old Town Square, Main Street, Anywhere, USA. 2-story brick buildings with green tarp awnings. A perfect little town and a perfect little county located within the perfect state. A perfect nation during the most perfect point in human history. You float across the scene and notice the old clock tower in the center of town. The minute hand does not move. The bell does not ring. It will never ring again. The earth is frozen in place, stuck in a fixed position. A paused frame in a movie, 1/24th of a second eternally captured. And as you fly down the empty street, you see that there are no people or animals or souls of any kind, depopulated of all living things. This world is dead and young. You float down to the surface, soaring across Midwestern suburban neighborhoods. All the houses look identical, copy and pasted along a freshly paved road, all built the same shape and same size, the same lawn, the same front porch, and yet painted different colors. Bright, colorful houses, looking like a child had drawn them with crayons. You know, that little pack with only 8 colors? And in the middle of this newly constructed suburb, you stand, suffocating, looking down the long, empty streets, seeing no cars or people. You feel the shadow of 10,000 homes, a feeling that this neighborhood goes on forever, with no beginning or end, spatially or temporally. You look upon these colorful houses, gazing into their dark windows, knowing with absolute certainty there is no one inside. And inside these homes, there are no decorations, no furniture, and no pictures, and no sounds, and no history. No evidence that anyone ever existed here. This world is dead and young. You walk through the upstairs hallway of your childhood home, feeling the stiff carpet on your bare feet, and running your dirty hands across the perfectly painted walls. There's a picture hanging on the wall. The face is unrecognizable. You stand in the doorway of your childhood bedroom. The wood creaks under your feet as you walk inside. A small CRTV sitting on the floor. An original Xbox sitting beside it. Someone had been playing Jet Set Radio Future. They're stuck on the skyscraper district level. The TV screen is frozen, just as all things are. No sound plays from its speakers. You continue throughout the home, going room to room, Exploring the basement and investigating the garage, everything looks as it was. The decorations in the right places, exactly the way I remember them. The way it was so long ago. How long have I been here? You exit the house. You walk across the beach, look out across the Great Lake. You see the smoke towers sitting on the coastline? Do you see the pollution spewing out of their smokestacks? Notice how the waves do not move. You walk across the sand with bare feet, looking down into the perfectly clear water, seeing all the large stones and the sea glass underneath. And sitting on the edge of the horizon, you see the great city, with ominous black skyscrapers. 30 miles away, protruding up out of the water, a great evil radiates out of them, spreading across the water at hundreds of miles per hour. A black cloud of sin, darkening the sky and blocking out the sun. You run away as fast as possible, panicking, fearing that the black cloud will engulf you completely, filling your lungs with its poison. You climb up the dunes, feeling the coarse sand inside your fingernails. You're out of breath, sweating profusely beneath the stinging sun. Venturing into the woodlands, you find yourself underneath a canopy of trees, a dark, narrow dirt trail, getting darker by the second. You feel as if you should turn back, but there is nowhere else to go. Something propels you forward. The trail begins to fill with fog. And at the end of the dirt road, you see what appears to be a movie theater made of gray stone bricks, vines and kudzu wrapped around its exterior. The stones are cracked. An ancient structure, forgotten for centuries, forgotten by God, only to now be discovered by you. And this space feels familiar. You've been here before. I've been here before. You stand by the entrance, looking into the engraved stone with crossed eyes, visualizing with your disturbed imagination what unknown horrors could exist on the other side of the wall, a mere couple feet away. You understand that whatever lies inside is inhuman and indescribably terrible. You imagine the gates of hell opening, a profound darkness, infinite and eternal, mind-shattering terror. In an instant, all the doors and windows burst open. A rush of ice-cold air blows you backward. The earth tremors beneath your feet. A figure appears, a humanoid made of pure light energy, glowing brighter than the surface of the sun. You feel the surface of your eyeball sizzle, being sunburned. Cooked slowly. You cannot blink. Your eyelids are fixed open by an unseeable force. The figure stands in the doorway, extending out its hand. The building fills with light. It shines out of every window and door, filling your vision, blinding you completely. Your eyes melt inside your skull. The liquefied pupils drip down to your chin as your hair catches on fire, and your skin turns to smoke. You scream out in agony.